Welcome back to the Talk of Fame podcast. I'm Kylie Montigney, and today I'm so excited to welcome Annie Scherer. Annie's an alternative dark pop artist based in Nashville, Tennessee, and originally from Albany, New York. Her music is cinematic and ethereal, and she's known for unique but memorable melodies. In 2023, Annie was the runner-up in Lightning 100's Music City Mayhem competition in Nashville out of hundreds entries. Annie has also performed of the an annual festival series, the Musicians Corner in Nashville, 2 years in a row. In March 2021, Annie released her full-length album, Garden Bed, which gained full attention from several media outlets, including American Songwriter. Annie wrote and produced all its songs while showcasing her skills as a composer and multi-instrumentalist. A month after its release, Annie was voted the best local musician in New York's capital region, according to readers of the Times Union. Annie's musical career began at the age 6 when she started classical piano lessons. She devoted 12 years to classical performance, wrote her first song at age 7. By age 12, Annie had taught herself guitar and was gigging throughout Albany, New York area. In addition to her musical aspirations, she's a visual artist practicing with chronicle portraits and a fashion model. Welcome to the show, Annie. I'm so excited to have you on.
Hi, thank you.
So you just came out with a new single suddenly a few weeks ago at the end of February, which is amazing. Like, what inspired the song for you?
Suddenly was inspired by I was watching a TV show and during the credits, it was the season finale, and during the credits they were playing this song and it didn't have any lyrics or anything, but it kind of got me thinking um about what I would have put at the end of that series. And so it's meant to sound kind of like a song that plays at the end of a movie or a show. It's like a character development track where the character is finally free and is feeling independent and is coming to terms with reality.
Oh my God. Like, that's crazy because I was never like picture someone writing a song based off of like beginning or the end of a movie. Like when I saw the title of Suddenly, I literally think of the lyrics from Monster Mash, the song. I don't know why, but whenever I hear Suddenly, not just for your music, but any type of lyric, I think of Monster Mash, which is crazy. But what was a movie that or show per se that got you to have the inspiration to like write suddenly though?
It was I can't remember what season, and I honestly am like blanking on what even happens, but it was the end of Euphoria.
Oh my
Um,
God. It
yeah,
never even lasted throughout the show. I like watched 3 episodes of season 1 and stopped watching it for some reason.
yeah, it's a heavy show.
It is heavy. It's a good show. Like it's has amazing actors in it. But after like 3 episodes, I don't even know how many episodes I got to, but probably about 3 episodes, I just stopped watching it.
Yeah, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
But
But yeah,
Zendaya and everything, Sydney Sweeney was absolutely
yes.
amazing in it
Yeah,
though.
the acting is amazing. I also love the artistic direction that they go in. Like their makeup is
Mm,
super, super cool. A lot of the visuals, the
mm.
cinematography is just like stunning.
Yeah, it's amazing, but it's also very dark. Like the way they portray
Yeah.
it with all the makeup, the visuals, and that, like it was like very dark. I don't know how to explain it, but the way like it was portrayed in like a dark type of way, no matter the happy scene or not, was actually amazing. It kind of felt like a horror type of like show for some
Yeah.
reason based off
Yes,
like the way they portrayed it.
totally.
So to go back on your song, like what was the songwriting process like? Like did it take you like a few weeks to write it or how did that work?
I think I wrote it in a night. Yeah, I had finished watching the show and I just, for whatever reason, I was just feeling very creatively inspired. And so I picked up my acoustic guitar and I like figured out some chords. And yeah, I just wrote it then and there. It happened pretty quickly.
Mhm.
But yeah, I wrote it a while ago. It's been done for a long time. So it's been exciting to have it out and feel new again.
I know, like especially if you haven't like released it or had it in the books for a while, but just never
Yeah.
released it, it feels that sense of like relief, like, oh my God, I don't have this song anymore. I finally put it out. Like the much sense
Yeah.
of like not having to deal with or stress of writing that song and put everything together.
Yes, totally.
Like how long did you like have it like before you released it? Like was it in the books for a few months before you released it
Oh,
or
I
was it
think
kind of
I've
a few
had it.
months?
I think I've had it for like 2 years.
What? 2 years?
Because I had written it and I wasn't even sure if I was ever going to put it out, but I would play it at a lot of songwriting rounds. And that song, for whatever reason, was just always the one that people really liked.
Mm.
And I was like, this would be like a really cool song to actually produce. And so um, I worked on it with my producer, Griffin White, and we finished the song at some point last year. It's been done for a long time, but I wasn't going to put it out till this year. Things kind of got pushed back, but I figured it would be a good song to kind of start the year off with.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, it's been a while, but it's exciting that it's new to everybody else and just to kind
Hmm.
of feel like the excitement again.
Especially if you're getting like good opinions on it. Like if people are giving you
Yeah.
positive feedback rather than negative, you might as well put it out. If people
Yeah,
really have good
exactly.
reactions to it.
Yes.
So, like, to go back to songwriting, I know we don't deep dive into your new single, but what first sparked your songwriting inspiration? Like, what first got you into it? Because I know a lot of people usually start maybe by their family members, there might be singer-songwriters, or they're just kind of born into it, but what kind of got you into it?
So I was a classical pianist growing up. That was kind of how I got my start in music in general. And so the first songs that I wrote were actually piano pieces. I would literally write note for note on manuscript paper. But then when I was still young, I think I was 7 or so, the first song that I wrote was like this little holiday song that I performed for my teacher in elementary school. And from there, I always heard these little melodic ideas in my head. And as I got older, they started to become more full length songs. And then at the time, I was like only listening to my parents' music, like the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, a lot of like 70s rock.
Yeah.
So that still plays heavy on my inspirations. But when I was 11, I heard Taylor Swift's Speak Now album. And I had completely been living under a rock with contemporary music up until then. And that just blew me away. And that was kind of where I was like, okay, I need to just go all in on this. And I started writing and then gigging and teaching myself guitar. And so, yeah, that was it for me.
Like the fact that I grew up the exact same way. Like I was growing up, I was more into like pop, rock and roll music because my parents kind of like grew me up on like maybe like Beyonce, Flo Rida, like Rolling Stones, Beatles, like those type of music and Elvis Presley. But usually it was more pop and rock and roll music. Then when I got older, I was never into country music, but I got into it. It's because, the pandemic and needed something to do. I know we talked a lot about that before we start recording, but that is something that I know a lot of people change their styles when they get over because, after listening to so many things, you're like, I'm so annoyed to listen to the same exact thing that I'm like, might as well change up something different rather than listen to so many of the same artists. But in terms of Taylor Swift, the Speak Now like album is probably one of the best albums she probably written and released.
Yes, it's my favorite. I think I just feel this nostalgia attachment to it, but it is so good. It's such a good
It
album.
really is. Like, do you have a favorite song on it?
Gosh, I feel like this is probably the same answer as a lot of people, but I love Enchanted.
I
Um,
honestly, that's mine too, to be honest with
yes,
you.
it's so beautiful. I love Haunted. Um, yeah, honestly, there are no skips on that album. Every single song I feel some type of way.
No, yeah, because every song is so different. Like, not every song is the
Yeah,
exact same. Like, every song has like a different meaning.
yes,
Like, do you still listen to Taylor Swift?
I do. Yeah, I think that I still feel more. connected to some of her earlier music.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think of her recent albums. I mean, Midnight's is great. I think that I really love folklore out of like her more singer-songwriter music. Um, I'm less like I do love singer-songwriter music and her lyricism is like absolutely insane, but I think I'm more drawn to like uh her stronger melodies and like some of the more um developed production, less of the like acoustic stuff. But I do really love everything that she does.
I'm the same way. Like I love like all the album singles she released, but I feel like I'm more into like an upbeat type of music for some reason. Not like I like slow music, but I'm more of an upbeat type of person. But I feel like Midnights is probably my favorite album by her, just because it's so upbeat and everything. But I also like folklore because it's so slow and so personal, but I'm like always back and forth on which album I like the most.
Yeah, yeah.
So, can you tell us more about the first song you ever wrote? Like, do you remember it still? I know
I
you kind of
do.
mentioned it a little before, but do you still remember the first song that you wrote when you were younger?
I remember every word.
Oh my
It was
gosh,
super
how? Like,
short.
I would never, if I wrote a song, I would probably never remember it unless I have it still in my bedroom, like the lyrics.
Yes. I mean, the one that I'm thinking of was like the one when I was 7 and it was like a holiday type song. And then like the more developed songs, I kind of vaguely remember the choruses of. Like I can remember the melodies and how they went. Um, those were from like 13, 14 years ago. But yeah, I mean, it was like I remember just feeling like so excited that I had come up with something that was original. And so um yeah, I do remember them.
Yeah, I remember, like, I would be so excited. I'll be like, oh my gosh, like, I wrote my original instead of copying someone else's music and just singing along.
Yeah.
Like, I would be like,
Yes.
oh my God, this is actually original,
And
rather.
yeah, it was like, wow, I can actually do this. Like this is possible. We can make this
I know.
happen.
I mean, even if it's not that good,
Yeah,
like
right.
it's still something. Though it's maybe not that good, it's at least, something that
Yeah.
you
Yes.
like. Would you ever release it now? Like, at this age and time?
Oh, no. I mean, there are definitely songs that were very, very early on in middle school that looking back, honestly, I'm like, that's actually pretty good. Like
Yeah, like some
you know what
songs
I
are
mean?
good,
Like,
some are don't, but maybe not
yeah, some
relatable.
are really not good, but some I'm like, this could fly. But I probably wouldn't release them anytime soon.
Yeah, like maybe middle school me might release it, but not
Yeah,
me
yeah.
like 13 years later, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Like
It's cute
maybe
when
like
it's like a
even
little
if I
kid.
release it in middle school, I'll probably delete them right away, even though it has a couple thousand like
Oh, yeah, I had an EP before anything else and I'm still so proud of it, but it's just like directionally all over the place.
yeah, it's not like one
Um,
certain thing.
and I sound just like a child, so
Hey, at least you put it out there. That's the most important.
yeah, it was brave for sure.
Oh yeah. So the last thing I have to ask you is like, is there any fun or upcoming projects or releases you're excited about?
Yes. So I'm actually in the process of an EP release. So I'm just little by little releasing each single, and then hopefully the EP will be ready by October-ish. But I am so proud of these songs. This next single we did a music video for last year in LA, and I think it's my favorite song I've ever put out. And so that one is super exciting. And yeah, I'm super happy with a lot of the visuals that we created, and so yeah, I'm just trying to make the most of every song in the EP eventually.
Yeah, I'm so excited to check it out. I'm sure it's gonna be amazing.
Mhm.
It's good. I'm sure if you ever need anything at all, feel free to let me know. I'm always happy to help out if needed. But
Thank you.
before we wrap up, I have some fun questions for you. Maybe some things that people listening might not know. But the first one I have for you is if you could collaborate with any artist, living or dead, who would it be?
I have to go with John Lennon. I
Oh,
am a
that's a good one.
yes, die-hard Beatles fan. It was like I only listened to the Beatles and like a lot of those older bands as a kid, to the point that I thought that like everybody was still alive, everybody was like young,
No,
whatever,
yeah, I was
I
the same exact way, to be
yes.
honest with you.
Yes, but it's like I've never even like been alive when John Lennon was alive.
Hmm.
But he is just like, I love everything about his artistry. Obviously, I love the Beatles, but even on a lot of his solo albums, I feel like his writing and my writing, we kind of have like similar melodic ideas and chord progressions. And he's definitely got the like dreamy, ethereal sound going that I love so much. So
Hmm.
definitely John Lennon.
Like that would be for me if I was a musician. It will either be John Lennon, Joe Elliott from Def Leppard, or Keith Urban. I feel like
Yeah.
those three will be really good. Even though I love so many artists, like I can literally go like list
Yes.
for list, but John Lennon, Joe Elliott, and Keith Urban like are like
Yeah.
the top of my list.
Yes.
Like I
Oh,
would have like I wish John Lennon was still alive. Like to this day, to see what he's still up to though would be amazing.
yeah, it would be really interesting. But yeah, I've seen Paul and Ringo in concert and I just like they're just like gods to me.
No, seriously, yeah, same here. Like you're like heaven on earth for me. Like whenever I
Yeah.
see them, I'm like, why can't I just stay here forever? Like
I
where?
know. I'm like, wow, like I feel so blessed to even like be on the earth at the same time
No,
as like
seriously, I'm like grateful to be on the same earth and alive at the same time as
yeah,
these guys.
yes.
So, like before each show, like what is your kind of like pre-game, pre-show ritual before you go on stage?
Oh man, to be honest, I'm like a nervous wreck before shows.
Mm.
I do struggle with stage fright. It's like I don't know how I ever perform classical piano for like an audience in that kind of setting because I am just like so nervous.
I get
Um,
that way too, to be honest.
yeah, and I like love it once I get up there, but I guess I don't necessarily have a strong ritual. I'm like a big pacer, so I will just kind of like pace, drink water, um, try to just like calm myself as much as possible and like, you know, talk and have conversations with people who are there and get to know the other artists performing. And by then, it usually feels like it is just like a like this is fun, this is community, and I'm like, just like grateful to be there.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Like I'm a big like anxious thinker. Like whenever I do something like that, like go on like stage in front of people or talking in front of people, like I'm always like the person that little get herself sick over nothing. And whenever I get there and talk to people, I'm like, oh my God, it's just nothing. Like
Yeah.
even if I've done it a million times, I still get a nervous wreck over it.
It's the anticipation that's the worst. Once you get there and you're up there, it's like, okay, this isn't so bad. This is
Yeah, this
fun.
is bad. Like after the first song or two, you're like, okay, this is nothing. Like
Yeah.
I've done this a million times before. It's just always like the before like anxiousness that gets you like so
Yeah.
nervous.
Exactly.
So the last question, well, official question I have to ask you is like, what's one thing about you that fans might be surprised to learn?
Hmm. Um, there's a few things I could think of off the top of my head. One thing is that I just recently started knitting.
Oh my God.
It's so fun.
I never
Um,
did it, but I know a lot of people that
do it.
do. Like it's
It's
just
like a
like I
great thing
can't
to
sit
do.
still for the life of me though.
Yes. Same. So like when I watch TV, it's like just something to do that's not scrolling on my phone. I also, let's see, I'm a big math nerd. Like I love math so much. I'm also like super passionate about the environment. I'm like over the top obsessed with like being environmental and reusing
Mhm.
things and trying not to use plastic. I think I drive my boyfriend crazy, but it's all for the good for the better.
You might
Um,
as well, even if it drives someone
yeah.
crazy. I mean, like, at least it makes a difference, you
It's,
know.
I think so. I really do. And I've got two cats, so like I just love animals and I want the best for them. And
I
I
know, I'm
think
the same
every
way.
little
I'm a
bit,
big dog person. Well, I love animals in general, but I'm more of a dog person
yeah,
than cat person.
yeah.
I have three dogs, so I'm like, I could literally have a farm of dogs if I wanted to be honest,
I
when I get
love
bored. But I'm the
all
same way. Like the way like you environment, people around you in the neighborhood, I'm like, I'm just doing this for my pets. And that's otherwise
yes.
I wouldn't do anything.
My friends, it's like I'm notorious for like not using plastic or like not wasting any food and making sure everybody eats everything.
No, that's literally me though, in a way. Like, even though I don't eat much in a way, because I'm always like so full very quickly. Like, I'm always the type of person that says eat more, and people are like, "Oh my God, Kylie, why about you eat more too?" Like, even though I have an appetite
Yeah.
that's like, even if I eat little pieces, I'm always get full very quickly in a way.
Oh my God, I have the opposite problem. I cannot stay full. I'm
Really, like
like
in a way,
constantly
like it depends
eating.
on a day. Like sometimes I can
Yeah.
stay full very quickly, and some days I don't. It just depends on the food.
I'll eat like a huge meal and be like, okay, what's next?
Yeah, what's next? What's the next
Yeah.
appetizer? But that is the best way to wrap up this episode. I really appreciate you coming on and taking the time to chat with us, Annie, and for all the amazing things you're doing. I know you're very busy. I really appreciate you coming on and really taking the time to chat with us
Thank
today.
you. No, I appreciate you having me. Thank you so much.
Of course. Thank you everyone for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Make sure to like, subscribe, and review to stay on top of the next few episodes. We have a lot in the books right now, so make sure to stay tuned and I'll talk to you guys very soon. And